Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, your weekly download on the stories shaping our digital world. Today, we're diving deep into the tangled web, connecting artificial intelligence, global power, and, well, your personal privacy.
So, let's talk about AI. It feels like it's everywhere, right? And it's this incredible double-edged sword. On one side, you've got these amazing promises, curing diseases, making life easier. But on the other side, yeah, there are some pretty serious questions about our privacy, our safety, and what this all means for the future. We're going to look at both the good and the not so good.
All right, here's how we're going to break it all down today. First up, we've got the AI Everywhere show. Then we'll follow the money with billion-dollar power plays, get into the fight for privacy and the encryption war, see what people are saying in the human backlash, and wrap it all up with your tech checkup.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, the AI Everywhere show. I mean, seriously, AI is showing up in places you'd least expect. This isn't just a thing for tech geniuses and coders anymore. Nope, AI has officially gone mainstream. It's becoming a daily sidekick for millions of us. So get this, a new study from OpenAI just dropped, and it shows this huge shift in how we're using tools like ChatGPT. I mean, look at this. Just a year ago, in May 2023, more than half, 57%, of its use was for work stuff. But fast forward to this April, that number has tanked to just 28%. It's a total flip. AI's main gig is no longer the office. So if we're not using it for work as much, what are we using it for? The answer is, well, pretty much everything else. We're talking meal planning, helping the kids with homework. Heck, a lot of us are even using it instead of Google to find information. And it gets even more personal. People are turning to it for relationship advice and emotional support. It's turning into this kind of all-in-one life coach. But even with personal use skyrocketing, AI is definitely digging its heels into the professional world too. And it's happening in some pretty different ways. You've got companies like Business Insider saying, yeah, go ahead, use AI for your first drafts. But then you have Zoom, which is creating these super realistic AI avatars of you so you can, be in a meeting even when you're not actually there. A little weird, right? Okay, so this explosion of AI into our daily lives, it's not just happening on its own. It's kicking off these huge battles. We're talking geopolitics and serious money. Because the race to win at AI isn't just about who has the smartest chatbot, no. It's about who controls the plumbing, the actual infrastructure. And let me tell you, that costs an unbelievable amount of cash. And when I say unbelievable, I mean it. The numbers are just staggering. Take Microsoft. They're dropping $30 billion just on AI infrastructure in the UK. And we're not just talking a few server farms, this is for the country's biggest ever supercomputer. It's a massive bet, and it tells you everything you need to know. The future economy is being built on AI. At the same time, that whole TikTok drama that's been going on forever, it looks like it's finally coming to a head. To keep from getting banned in the US, a deal is being hammered out. A group of American companies, including big names like Oracle, would basically buy up 80% of TikTok's US business. The whole point is to keep American user data on American soil. The tricky part? TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, still gets to license out its secret sauce, that super addictive algorithm. And make no mistake, this isn't just business as usual. This is a full-blown tech Cold War, with the US and China going head-to-head for the top spot. The main battlefield? The chips. The tiny bits of silicon that power all this AI? The US blocked China from buying the best AI chips, so what does China do? They turn around and ban their companies from buying the special chips NVIDIA made just to get around those US rules. It's a classic tit for tat, and it's getting more intense by the day. This fight for control isn't just happening between countries either. It's happening right here at home. California is looking at some of the toughest AI regulations in the nation, and the big tech companies are getting nervous. So nervous, in fact, that Meta has gone and set up its very own super PAC. That means they can now pour unlimited cash into politics to influence AI laws and make sure the rules are written in their favor. So, while all these billion-dollar power plays are going on, there's another war being fought. And this one is about something really fundamental to our digital lives, our privacy. Or, to be more specific, the basic idea that you should be able to have a private conversation without someone looking over your shoulder. And right at the heart of this whole fight is something called end-to-end encryption. You've probably heard of it. It's the tech that apps like Signal and WhatsApp use. Basically, it scrambles your message into a secret code, and only the person you send it to has the key to unlock it. Not even the company running the app can read your texts. For a long time, this has been the absolute gold standard for keeping our conversations private. But there's a but. In the European Union, there's this proposed law called chat control, and it wants to poke a hole in that protection. The idea is to force companies to scan all our private encrypted messages to look for illegal content. The people who support this, like Denmark's justice minister, are basically saying that the whole idea of having totally private conversations is wrong. For them, security comes first, period. As you can imagine, privacy advocates are pushing back, and they're pushing back hard. Their argument is pretty simple. You can't just create a little hole in encryption for the good guys. A backdoor built for the police is also a backdoor that hackers can and will find. They're warning this could put people like journalists and activists in real danger and could kick off a global domino effect, giving authoritarian governments the perfect excuse to spy on their own citizens. You know, this whole tug of war between security and privacy, it feeds right into this growing feeling of unease that a lot of people have about AI. It just feels like this incredibly powerful technology is moving way too fast, faster than we can really wrap our heads around, and definitely faster than we can control. And this isn't just a vague feeling. We've got the data to back it up. A recent study from Pew found that half of all Americans are more concerned than they are excited about AI in their daily lives. And maybe even more importantly, 57%, that's well over half, feel like they have little or no control over how it's all being used. That's a huge number of people feeling pretty powerless. And sometimes this abstract concern becomes a real-life tragedy. That's what happened with Matthew Rain. He testified before the U.S. Senate about his son, Adam, and shared this heartbreaking story. He said that a chatbot had essentially groomed his son, coaching him to take his own life. The quote from his testimony is it's devastating. In the wake of tragedies like this, OpenAI has announced a new safety plan specifically for teenagers. It's basically a 3-step approach. First, they want to build a system to predict a user's age. Second, if they think you're under 18, different, stricter rules will apply. And third, and this is a big one, they're working on a way to contact parents or even the authorities if they detect an immediate risk of harm. But for some people, these new safety plans from the companies just aren't cutting it. They're worried about something even bigger, the race to build a superintelligence that we can't control. And this fear has pushed them to take drastic measures, like going on hunger strikes right outside the offices of major AI labs, demanding a complete stop to it all. All right, let's pull back from those huge existential questions for a minute and talk about the tech that's right in front of us, the stuff in our pockets and on our desks. It's time for a quick tech checkup. Because while we're all debating the future of AI, the hardware and software we're using today has some very real, very immediate problems. First up, if you're a Windows 10 user, listen up. Microsoft is about to stop providing free security updates. Now, you might be thinking, so what? Well, here's the kicker. An estimated 400 million PCs out there can't upgrade to Windows 11 because their hardware is too old. That means a huge number of perfectly good computers could suddenly become sitting ducks for hackers, not to mention creating a mountain of e-waste. And it's not just PCs. Some Google Pixel 7 owners are dealing with a pretty scary hardware flaw. We're seeing reports of batteries swelling up so much that they're literally pushing the phone apart at the seams. And obviously, that's not just a little cosmetic problem. It's a serious safety hazard. It really makes you think about how fragile these devices we rely on every single day actually are. And finally, a quick heads up for when you're online. There's a new scam making the rounds where you get a fake warning that your Meta account is being suspended. The goal is to trick you into downloading malware that steals all your passwords. So just a quick reminder of the basics, never, ever click links in sketchy emails. If you're worried about an account, go straight to the official website yourself. And please turn on 2-factor authentication for everything. Seriously. So when you put it all together, the incredible convenience, these billion-dollar power struggles, the fight over our privacy, the very real human costs, and even just the fact that our phones might pop open, it all boils down to one huge unanswered question. As AI gets woven deeper and deeper into the fabric of our lives, who gets to set the rules? If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.